Piggy is a game with a lot of bugs/glitches, but arguably the most annoying of these glitches is the black hole trap. And it's not just for one simple glitch, instead a magnitude of glitches that all pile up on top of each other and interact in the worst ways possible. In today's video I'm going to be going over those glitches and breaking them down, kind of explaining why I think they exist, and overall just trying to bring attention to them so the devs can hopefully patch them. But before we get started, I'd like to ask you all to subscribe. Working my way up to 10k, and every last one counts. But enough yap, let's dive into this glitchy abomination. Now, before we get started on the glitches, we must first understand what the trap is capable of. So I'm going to be going over its stats and statistics and breaking them down as quickly as I can. For starters, this trap only costs 215 Piggy tokens, which is shockingly low for how OP it is. I think it'd be fair to put its price range at 500 or 700, cause honestly, this thing can break gameplay. You could win a Piggy match against almost anybody with just this trap. Once in-game, it'll cost 8 energy to place, which is pretty fair considering that's most of your energy. However, I wouldn't mind seeing it go up to 9 or 10, just because of how OP it is. The first thing you'll notice once the trap has been placed down is its completely black color scheme, which allows it to blend in with just about every map, which once again is just incredibly OP. I've had a lot of tryhards walk right into the trap without even knowing it's there. It's also slightly smaller than the default trap, which does kind of balance it out a little more, makes it easier to get past in doorways, but it's still kinda impossible just because of its abilities. But if it was any bigger, it would genuinely be impossible to get around. You'd have to decoy it. It also holds players for 4.5 seconds, which I think is pretty fair. I don't really see this being too OP. And finally, the trap will despawn after about 1 minute according to the wiki. But take this with a grain of salt, as I do not know its actual lifespan. I don't really think it's that short though. When I place it down, it feels more like 2 or 3 minutes. Now that the regular trap stats out of the way, let's jump into what this thing's actually supposed to do, or in other terms, what makes it unique. Once a black hole trap is placed down and a player goes near it, it will pull them into it slowly. If the player starts jumping, they'll get flung into it with almost no hope of escape. This makes the trap very good to use against someone who's juking you, or just decent to place on stairs and doorways, or even spots like the asset next to the plank on station, somewhere around the plank on house, or even in the tower on forest. Finally, its only good counter is decoy, which costs just about as much as the trap, so it's not really a reliable counter. Obviously, this makes the trap one of the best traps in the game. It's a must-have for any good player, and it can make life in general a lot easier. The only traps that come close to its abilities is snowman trap, inflatable trap on some maps, concoction trap on some maps, and crawling trap. Now that we got its stats and statistics out of the way, let's jump into how broken it is. I'll be listing all the glitches, starting with the least extreme and working my way up to some of the most unfair things in Piggy. With that said, let's jump into the first glitch, which actually surprisingly hurts the trap a little. This glitch, like said, is one that actually hurts the trap. It's also something that I see happen to this trap a lot. If a decoy is placed close enough to the trap, it gets pulled by the trap, which is fair. That's what decoy is supposed to do. The glitch comes into play where if Piggy kills decoy. Now, you'd think this means the trap has been saved, but since the decoy is being pulled, even after the decoy dies, it still gets pulled, even if it doesn't look like it. So its hitbox still triggers the trap. Sadly, it'll also do this with players, but it's not really as reliable, seeing as you wouldn't want to see your teammates get killed by it, as this would just impact your chances of winning. And it would also give Piggy a free kill. The biggest downside about this is if Piggy's camping and using the trap to camp, even if the decoy triggers it, there's a good chance Piggy will get free before you can even truly get past them, which would force you to rely on juking and might not even be effective. But still, this glitch does negatively impact the trap and is worth talking about. Overall, it's a really minor glitch, but 100% deserving of being on the list. This glitch is something that a lot of traps can do still, but it works best with the black hole trap. If you're high enough off the ground, you can place this trap in the air, which can pull people until it despawns. This is what makes black hole trap one of the more OP traps to use on a map like Forest. One of these bad boys in this map, and you won't see many people getting in that tower, especially if they're using an avatar that's weak to the black hole trap, which is something I'll be talking about later down this list. This also works on maps like House on the 3rd floor, Gallery on on its third floor, and of course, like said, forest with the tower. There's probably a few more maps that I don't remember, but I know there are still more examples. Since this is not really that bad of a glitch, I don't personally care that much of it on its own. I won't stress over it too much if I see it being done in the wild, considering, like I said, it really doesn't impact the game that much without the assist of other glitches. Sadly, knowing the devs of Piggy, this glitch will probably be the only one that actually gets patched. Of course, I hope all the bugs on the list get patched, but Piggy devs are very good at only fixing minor issues. You know what? I want the devs to prove me wrong today. I want to see at least half of these bugs getting fixed at some point in the future. At least before New Year's. Please. With that said, let's jump into the next bug. The black hole trap is a very picky eater. While most regular avatars get pulled slightly, some avatars get absolutely destroyed by this trap. This also works the other way around, where some avatars are basically immune to the black hole trap. Obviously, this is super unfair, and I don't even know why it does this. If I had to guess, it's due to some avatars being lighter than others, or just a different build would make it easier to pull? I don't really know how it works. Maybe somebody could explain it to me in the comments, somebody who's worked with something similar to black hole trap. Anyways, this does make the black hole trap good against some glitchers, or mini-stuck avatar users, but it's super unfair to a player like me who uses the woman avatar. And yes, I could switch my avatar over to the boy avatar, or even another avatar type, but that is no excuse for this trap to be so OP against some avatars. And you can't argue it's good for glitchers, as I mentioned earlier, so don't fix it. But I'd like to argue the countless avatars I use to glitch are almost immune to it. Overall, this is a glitch I want to see patched the most. This glitch is one of the reasons I no longer play Piggy as much. I can't even play properly with my avatar. I'm forced to change my avatar every single time I join. I can't even imagine how bad it is for somebody who doesn't know about this glitch. Imagine playing Piggy for the past 5 years, not understanding why the black hole trap is inescapable. Before we hop onto the next glitch, I'd like you to keep in mind that this glitch also affects every other glitch that I've spoken of, including the final glitch that I still have yet to spoken on. This glitch can make either the other glitches completely ineffective, or it can make them godly level, especially glitch 2, and the final glitch we'll be talking about. The final glitch on my list is arguably the most OP thing this trap is capable of. It's what makes the trap the best trap in Piggy without any competition. This glitch will allow the black hole trap to hold you in place until it despawns. Of course, this will affect some avatars worse than others, but even avatars that are basically immune to black hole trap get pulled, which can allow Piggy to easily catch up with them. However, weaker avatars just get fucking soft locked until either the trap gets walked onto, it despawns, or Piggy comes and puts you out of your mystery. This is by far the most broken glitch in the game, and it can make playing Piggy completely luck-based and pretty unfair. I can handle almost any other glitch in the game, but this trap is the reason why I basically quit playing, apart from build mode and getting footage for videos. Out of all the glitches in this game, this is one of the few that needs to be fixed the most. It's completely unfair, and I don't even know how it got past testing. The devs need to take a break from CFC chapters, new skins, and all the other stuff they've been working on to fix this broken trap. And before someone goes into the comment section saying the devs are people too, and we need to respect them, I understand they're people, and I do respect them. I'm just trying to bring attention to things they either don't know about, or just haven't gotten around to fixing. This and the third glitch need to be fixed the most without a doubt. So if you're a dev watching, please take notes. Please fix it. Thank you. Well, this was a long rant about something that probably won't be getting fixed, at least in the foreseeable future. The only reason why I'm making this video is because I'm sick of black hole trap consuming me when I try to be a good player and not glitch. I'm tired of constantly trying to counter this thing whenever I play, when it's completely unfair for me to even bother. All it takes is one black hole trap on House's basement staircase, and the game can be unbeatable without gun or glitching. If any devs watch this, please don't take this as hate or anything. Like I said, I just want to spread awareness so someone with the power can fix this. But with that said, this has been Wendigo, and I'm going to sleep now.